Alrighty. We Gucci.
We are Gucci.
Okay. I was like, you want to do a tutorial? Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Keisha, and today I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on one of my favorite colors. We're going to be doing blue. I got some recent products in the mail. I did a huge haul, and so today I want to go through those products with you and show you how I created some really cool looks. So the first look we're going to be doing today is going to be using this palette here, the Blue Moon palette from ColourPop. It's a beautiful palette. It has almost every shade of blue that I could absolutely love. So today I'm going to show you how I create this look. So if you want to know more about how I came up with my own blue look, stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. I'm actually going to use the Fenty primer. So my favorite primers, it goes on like a lotion. It gives you like that moisturized matte vibe, which I like. So I'm going to apply this over my entire face. I just sort of press it all over and then just rub it in. I've already done my skincare routine, so I'm all ready to go. We're going to go ahead and start on my foundation and work my way into the eye look. So for foundation today, we're going to go with the ColourPop foundation. I use the ColourPop No Filter foundation. I wear the shade Deep Dark 195. I'm just going to apply some to the back of my hand. I'm going to grab a flat foundation brush. The one I'll be using today happens to be from ColourPop. It's the ColourPop 115. It's a flat buffing brush. I love this brush. I just dab it onto the back of my hand and just apply it directly to my skin. I'm not going to color correct today. I really don't feel the need to do so, but I really just want to get a really nice base. I have a really oily T-zone, so I like any type of foundation that will mattify once it dries down. And so this is one that I like. It's very skin light in its feel. I don't feel that it's heavy, but it does give me really good coverage. ColourPop, I wear two foundations. I'm going to use two foundations today. The first one is going to be, they're both going to be the No Filter Concealer. So I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I wear the shade Dark 48 and Deep Dark 54. Whenever I want to like give myself a very seamless, flawless application, I'll take the the darker shade, and I'll just apply it above my cheekbones, going towards my under eye area. And sometimes I'll do that to correct as well. And then I'll take the shade Dark 48 and put it directly under my eye. And this for me gives me that brightening that I want without being too bright. Go down the bridge of my nose, up to my forehead just a little bit, right in my cupid's bow, and just a little dabble on my chin. Now I'm going to grab my beauty sponge. I have a dampened beauty sponge. This one's from AOA Studios. I love their sponges. They're inexpensive and they do a great job. They get really large, I mean, compared to what they look like when they're dry. It does a great job. I'm going to blend my under eye last. I feel like when it's dried down a little bit, I get the best coverage where I don't have to wear a lot of product, but I do get that brightening effect. It's sort of like concentrates the product, so you get better coverage. So the next product I'm going to grab, I'm going to go ahead and start contouring. I'm going to grab the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Espresso, and I'm going to hit that where I normally contour, which would be right up in here. I don't use a lot of product here because this is a creamy consistency. I let it sit on my skin for a few minutes to kind of warm it up. Go ahead and just add a little bit to my nose to contour my nose, because like I said, we did brighten the nose, so we also want to make sure that we add the definition back to the nose as well. I'm going to grab my next brush. This is from AOA Studios. It's the high definition face brush. It's a F8. This one is a really neat brush. It actually has a cool taper to it, and I feel it works really well in getting right into my jawline and blending it up. So I just grab the product from the back as far as my hairline, and I just start blending it up and down. So coming down my jawline and blending up to the concealer shade. So look at that. Looking straight on, you can see the depth that we brought back into our face, just with a little bit of contouring. Now, I've let this concealer sit for a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and press it in. I'm using my AOA Beauty Sponge, and it's the same one that I use to blend out my contour and my highlight on my nose. I just bring it down, I go along the side of my nose and up, just like that. Now, I have hyperpigmentation, natural hyperpigmentation just on my lids, where my lid color is darker at my lash line and it's lighter as it goes to my brow bone. And because I want all my colors to pop, I just go ahead and add some concealer there. And I'm still using dark 48. I'm trying to find my brush that I like to use. This is my favorite brush to blend out my highlighter and my concealer on my lid. It's from AOA Studios. It's the F33 brush. It's like a fat, fluffy pencil brush. It's really neat. And I just blend this out. And I just press it. I really mostly tap it, pick up the excess, distribute it all over the lid, bring it down and out. We're gonna go ahead and set my under eye. I set my under eye immediately after blending out my concealer. And I'll be using the ColourPop setting powder. And this is in the shade Banana. It's beautiful yellow color. It's very rich, very lightweight. And when I apply my powder, I like to use a flat brush. So this is a flat foundation brush. I have multiple of these, but I like to use the biggest one underneath my eye. Tap off some of the excess and then sort of use it kind of with some control so I can get the product exactly where I want it, right underneath my eye, and then pull it down gently. I will grab my handy Buki. My favorite Buki at the moment is this e.l.f. one. It's so pretty. It's a small, easy to hold in my hand, and I just sort of sweep the excess off. Don't want a cake face. Then I'll grab some more powder. I'm going to be using this AOA Studios brush and sponge. Tap out the excess and then just press it in. This is now going to be used for baking as well as a safety net from any fallout that I might have. I don't want to have blue underneath my eye. So I just put that on like that. And we'll sweep this off later. So now that we got it under the eye, I'm going to grab another shade of setting powder. This is the Translucent Deep, also from ColourPop. And this was a really pretty, rich brown shade. I'm going to grab my fluffy powder brush. This one is from Beauty Accents. Total Face brush is a large fluffy one. I just tap that on. I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. So just press it on like that, and then I brush it in. Just buff it over. And this will give you a really nice set look, mattify the makeup. So now that we're done with the face, for now, let's go ahead and jump into the eyes and show you guys this palette one more time. He is beautiful. For starters, I'm going to grab a large fluffy brush. This is the AOA Studios E103 brush. He's like a tapered, almost pencil style, but he's very large and very fluffy. And I'm gonna take that brush, I'm gonna pick up the shade here in the corner called Moonlight, which would be this shade right here. And so I'm gonna start by lightly tapping it into place and then blending it. And I also like to blend it up towards my brow using the bridge of my nose, how it expands out. If you run your finger along there, you can feel that bone. And so I use that as kind of like a guide to where I put my shadows. It's beautiful. This is very vibrant and pigmented. I love it. So now I'm just gonna intensify it a little bit, especially on the outermost section of my eye. I like to make it more intense to give you that gradient of depth. And apply that there. Now we're gonna grab a more fluffy brush that's a little bit smaller in density, like this. And this is my M513 brush from Morphe. And we're gonna pick up the shade, let's go with Dabadi, which is this center shade here at the top. And I'm gonna grab that shade, just like that. And this is where we start to add depth of color. This is a little bit darker, but still in the light blue family. And I separate my eye into thirds at this point. So I'm gonna blend this in from the outer corner to the inner corner, but I'm only gonna go about here because I don't wanna bring too much depth. I don't wanna lose that shade. I don't wanna lose Moonlight to Dabadi. But I do want you to have that gradient. So just sort of blend in. And you can use a windshield wiper motion, so left to right, from the outermost corner to the inner. Just like that. I think we're gonna go with Fine China, which is the shade here at the bottom. He's a very deep, almost cobalt blue shade. I'm gonna grab him on a pencil brush. I'm gonna be using this AOA Studios high definition brush, number E105. And he's a very tapered brush, very pencil-like, and this will give you the control to really draw that crease. So I'm gonna load it up onto the tip of the brush, just like that. You wanna get yourself a nice bit of pigment there. And then we're just gonna draw from the outermost corner. And I'm gonna bring this shade all the way in, from the outer corner to the inner corner. And this is how we're gonna reestablish the depth in my eyes, because you don't want to lose your crease. You definitely want there to be some depth. Now it's time to really intensify that crease. I'm going to go in with a much smaller, more tapered pencil brush. So we're going to pick up the E112 brush. It's also from AOA Studios. It's more of a pencil brush, a little bit more tapered, and I have more control. And I like to use my pencil brush like a literal pencil. And we're going to pick up the color Clued In, which is the bottom shade here. It's a much deeper, almost navy into black, but still has blue pigment. I'm gonna pick that up in my brush and I really load it up. Really load up that brush, and then I'm gonna focus this solely on the outer corner and then bring it in to about 1/3 of the way. Because this is how we're gonna establish that smoked out look. And I'm gonna bring this in to my outer corner. So on the lash line, we just bring this in, so it'll be a base for when we put on our shimmer. Alrighty, we're looking good now. So today, let's go play with some more shimmers that I haven't touched in this palette. So I'm gonna go in with, let's do Tide Pool, which is gonna be this shade right here. It's a very vibrant color and I like that. We're gonna go ahead and grab a large flat brush. This is the E113 brush, which is this flat tapered brush. I'm gonna grab Tide Pool and I'm gonna go for the center of my lid because I'm gonna do a 3-part gradient. So I'm just gonna put this dead center, and I start at the lower, as close to my lash line as I can get, and then just slowly build it up to my crease. So now we have Tide Pool, dead center on my lid. Okay. Now I want to go and grab the shade. Let's do Lumi. Lumi's this really pretty iridescent shade. It almost looks white in the pan, but when you use it, it gives off this blue iridescence. I'm gonna give you guys a swatch of that. So as you can see, it looks white in the pan, but when you put it on and you just move it around a little bit, you get those reflects of blue. It's amazing. So I'm gonna grab a smaller flat brush. This one is the AOA Studios 112 brush. And I like to use them that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more tapered, because I'm using it in my inner corner. So I'm gonna pick some up on the brush, load that brush up, and then we're gonna put this right in the inner corner. Just load it on right there in the inner corner. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. He's looking nice. Bring that all the way to the inner corner. And we're gonna double duty this shade and let it be my inner corner highlight as well. And I'm also gonna start cutting my crease from the front, the innermost corner of my eye, and just tapping it right on top of the center color, which is Tide Pool, to help that blend be a bit more seamless. Ooh, that is so pretty. It has this icy look, and when it sits directly on top of my bare skin, because I don't have any product at all right here, and you can really see that color coming through. It is beautiful. Gives you like a really nice icy look. Oh yeah. And voila. That looks amazing. You can stop right here. If this is as far as you want to go in the Intensity Club, stop right here. This looks awesome. But if you want to deepen it up some more, I would say grab, ooh, that's pretty. I would say grab a shade like Mad About You to really pull that in. So this is this bottom shade here in the corner. I also have a Super Shock shadow in the shade Coconut, and he is beautiful. He is a beautiful blue. Oh my God, he almost matches my shirt. He's amazing. I love this shade. I use him a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the colors Fine China and Clued In. So we have Fine China here in the middle and Clued In here at the outer corner. I'm debating whether or not I want to use an eyeliner. You know what? Let's go ahead and line. I'm gonna grab a ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Exit, and I'm gonna use that on my lower lash. I like to use white as my waterline color, because it makes my eyes look more open, even though I'm smoking my eye out. So I'm just gonna take that and apply it right into my waterline. I like to apply this in a very slow motion because I don't want to like poke myself in the eye. Dangerous. But looking at comparison between my right eye and my left eye, this is the eye that I've applied the white liner on, it looks like my eye is more open. So I'm gonna use a under eye smudger brush. I have one from Morphe, I think. Yeah, I have the Morphe smudger, and I also have another one in my collection. This one is also from Mary Kay, but they're both very similar. As you can see, they're both short, dense bristles. Very nice, very nice. I'm just gonna pick up the Morphe one because it's in my hand. I'm gonna pick up some of this Fine China, and I'm gonna bring him to the inner corner. I'm gonna smudge him right on in there. I think using a white liner before applying your lower lash color allows it to pop, and it also gives it something to stick to. Because a lot of times I'll notice I have nothing for it to stick to, and it's not as pigmented and vibrant as it could be. So as you can see, we did that. Nice. Apply some more. I want that to be very vibrant. I want you to know without a mistake that there is blue down there. Ooh, that's so pretty. Just a little inside intel. I love blue. Blue is my absolute favorite color. Absolute favorite color. I own pretty much everything in blue. I have this shirt, but I also bought it in red as well. I bought this shirt in like several colors, but if I buy something in blue and I love it, the way it fits, then I'll go buy other shades, other colors, other shades of blue, the whole shebang. So now that we have Fine China on, we're gonna go pick up Clued In. And we're gonna start at the outer edge of my eye and bring it towards the inner corner and mix it in with Fine China. Just really get that in there. And I like to pack it on the edge and then slowly start to bring it upward like this. And that'll kind of give me like the blueprint of where we're gonna put our liner. There's a shade in here that I haven't used yet, which I think is really pretty. It's called Starry Eye. This color right here, I'm thinking about bringing him to my lower lash line to make that Fine China pop some more. Tap off any excess. Ooh, that really brought some light to the party. Hey! And that's another little cool trick too, is you can use a matte as like a highlight in the inner corner just by applying it really close to the inner corner and then applying your shimmer right on top. Look how nice that is. Oh my gosh, we gotta pause. Okay, enough of the narcissistic moment of loving this blue shade. Let's go ahead and pick up my e.l.f. Bookie brush, and we're gonna just dust off any excess. So now we're gonna go ahead and line my eye. I'm gonna grab my favorite liner at the moment, which is the Fenty Beauty eyeliner in the shade Cause I'm Black. The Fly Liner. That's looking amazing. Ooh. Now let's do the other side. You can't really talk and apply eyeliner. You kind of have to focus, especially when you want a really nice, clean, crisp line. And I always look straight ahead to make sure that my line is clean, they're crisp, they match. So we're gonna be done with the eye look. So this is the finished eye look. Ooh. Ooh, honey, look at that shimmer. It's so cute. And still looking hid on, even though I have hooded eyes, you can still see the depth and the definition and the gradient that we created. So now we're done with that. Let's go ahead into finishing touches on the face. So the next step for me is bronzer. And I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I use the shade Coconati. I think this has just enough warmth for me. And I like to apply my bronzer with an angled brush. This is an angled cheek brush. This is the F14 from AOA Studios. Tap that in and then go right where I contoured. And I just like to use the angled part, like literally this is the angle, and I put it right into my cheek area and blend it up. And I do a little bit of that. And this for me is not really for adding that depth, but more of adding that warmth back. And that's what I think is the prime reason for a bronzer, is really to add warmth back. Because your contour is typically an ashier shade to help you with shadow, but a bronzer is to help you with warmth. I just bring that around my hairline and just slowly in like a zigzaggy type of vibe. Make sure I get that right up there. Look at that. You can see the instant warmth to the skin. Then I put some more on the brush, tap it off, and then lightly brush it on my bridge of my nose and up to my brow. And you looking straight on, you can see a difference between my left and my right side. This side looks a bit more warm and chiseled. This side just looks like I contoured. Let's go ahead and apply some blush. I like to use a more rounded brush like this. He's a little on the fluffy side, but not too fluffy. And I'm gonna grab from my, let's go with my Juvia's Place. I'm gonna pick up my Juvia's Place blush palette. He's a very well used palette. It's the Saharan Blush Volume 2. Looks like this, and the colors are here. I'm gonna use the shade B, just this pretty like purpley color. And I'm gonna grab B, I'm gonna load up my blush, and I'm really gonna start back here. I always start further back and blend it in like that, and then with whatever's left on the brush, I bring it to the apple of my cheeks. And for me, the best application for applying blush is just a very soft smile. Find your apple and then just lightly apply it. And I just blend that in. So I'm gonna pick up the shade Lena, which is this pink shade down here. He probably doesn't look pink on camera, but he's a peachy pink color. And I'm gonna pick him up and I'm just gonna tap it right on to the apples and then just lightly apply that on top of the purple. So let's grab my highlighting brush. I'm gonna pick up my AOA Studios F11. It's a large fluffy fan brush. I like using a large fluffy fan brush when I'm applying my highlighter. This is my lovely golden one. Ooh, isn't he beautiful? This is from Too Faced in the shade, this is the Love Light, Light Up Your Life. I love this one. I've used this for a while, actually. I can't tell you how long I've been using this shade. And when I grab highlighter, I don't want to be too intense. So I literally take a large fluffy brush because it'll diffuse it and just run it back and forward. And then just apply that to my literal cheekbone. And just go back and forward, and slowly build up the intensity of that highlighter. All right, so we're done with that shade. I'm actually gonna grab another one of my favorite highlighters, which is inside the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. I'm gonna grab the shade Lila. which would be this shade here. And apply that to my face next. So now that we've highlighted lightly, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my setting spray. I'm gonna use the Morphe setting spray. I'm gonna lightly mist this on my face. And I'll take the butt of my powder blender and I'm just gonna press in around my eye, on my forehead and chin. And for me, this sort of like gives me a really nice, smooth finish look. And I'm gonna grab my Sephora fan brush. This is the Sephora Even Tail 65. And I'm gonna grab him and pick up the shade Lila. I'm gonna apply that right on top. And you're gonna see an instant intensity. Always start with your highlighter further back around your eye and then start to pull it in down your jaw. That way it's not really intense here and not so much up there. And having good light when you're applying your highlighter is very important, because if you're in dimmer light, you might not notice the highlighter, but as soon as you go outside and that sunlight hits you, you are beaming for the gods. So now we're done highlighting. We've set our face. The last thing we need to do is line our lips. Think about intensifying this color and going in with the Makeup Shayla Under Construction ColourPop Collaborate in the shade BFF4, because I want this to be a little bit more deeper line. So we're going to do that on the outer edge. Yeah, I like that better. Now the last thing is picking out a color. I have a lot of colors, I'm gonna do a multitude of colors. So the first one I'm gonna pick up is the Arcade Kiss lipstick in the shade Adrika, which is a really pretty cobalt color. Looks like that. I'm gonna put on just the outer part of my lip. Then I'm gonna pick up this True Matte shade in the color Cornflower Blue. I'm gonna put this in the center to kind of mimic my eye look. I feel so icy right now. Sub-Zero would totally date me. Ooh, I know what I want. Which one I really want. I'm gonna go with this other Makeup Shayla ColourPop collab color in the shade Come On Sis, which is a really pretty shade. I'm actually gonna apply this dead center closer to my inner lip. And just lightly press that out. I think bringing in a more nude or a more natural lip shade helps you a lot with an ombre. This one's also from the Makeup Shayla collab, which is Neat Freak. This is really pretty shimmery champagne color. I'm gonna apply this right on top. That's so pretty. I'm gonna finish this look with some spray. Grab my fan. I love the feel of like fanning your face with setting spray on. It's so cooling and refreshing. Look at that highlighter action. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so that's done. The last thing that I do is apply my mascara. I never apply mascara before my setting spray because for me personally, I feel like it puts me at a bigger risk of having transfer of mascara to my face. So I'm gonna pick up the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. And this is black. I don't think it has a name for this color. The trick that I learned with mascara is to blot off the excess on the tip and sort of blot off any extra product with just a napkin or a Kleenex. And then to look down Tilt your head in a downward way to do your lower lash. And then just lightly apply that with a wiggle. And then look like this to apply it to your upper lash. And there you go. This is the finished look. It's a beautiful, vibrant blue look using only one palette, the Blue Moon palette, and a beautiful ombre lip. And that is your finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you love this video and you want to see more content from me, please hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.